Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to Mom and Lee channel. It is the month of July, and according to the Savings Institute of South Africa, July has been designated um, as a saving month, and I'm so excited to be sharing with you today that I will be sharing my story of my first time with savings and with my Zulu mother, and I will tell you a little story of how I met her. So the purpose for the Savings Institute of South Africa is trying to encourage consumers to live within or below their means in order to have that little bit of money to save. And they're also just trying to reinforce a sort of a positive attitude when it comes to being financial savvy. So I believe that it's a great initiative, and I mean, research does prove that we as South Africans don't really save much, but rather we have more credit. So most of our money is actually going into credit than savings. So this is a very great initiative that they have taken. So this year's theme is finding crazy ways to save. Yeah, very, very, very exciting. So I'll be sharing at least one way in my household where we've actually lived below our means in order for us to be able to save. So I hope you enjoy this video. I remember the day she walked into our office. There was two of us, one student from UCT and I was studying at UWC. So she walks into this office and then she starts talking like she knows us. And we were busy preparing some rocks for her. So we basically had to take rocks and name them and sort of give like a brief description of the rocks, and then we package them in boxes. Then she would take those and go do exhibition for high school kids who would want to study geology. So basically they just needed to tell them briefly about some rocks. So she comes in and then she starts talking like she knows us. And from that day, I don't know how we exchanged numbers, and yeah, it began even after like finishing the job, the job vacation. I still kept in contact with her, and it just began like that. She's like super amazing. I tell you, you guys, you will never meet her and your life remains the same. Like, she is just that woman, and she is such a powerful prayer warrior. She is such a powerful woman of God, like so much wisdom, and she's very funny as well, and very strict. Like she's very she has that firm part of her, which really I love, because you know it's some of my ways have been turned straight with just one word from her. So yeah, so her name is Njabulo. Those that know her, it's Mabi Mdlalose. Shame she's got kids, and I just feel for her kids, because I knew her and then I brought my friends and we all just came in and sort of took over. So yeah, that's Mabi Njabulo Mdlalose. So I remember when I finished my degree, so what had happened was I went back to the same company and I was working there as a data collector, because I didn't have a job at the time. And I think I was getting paid around 250 per day, 250 rand per day, which is quite a lot of money, because I was only just paying for my transport and I was staying at home. So I started working around November after finishing my exams, and then by end Jan or early Feb, I was called in the HR department and I was told that they wanted to offer me a position for a graduate trainee. So that was very exciting, of course. And of course, it came with now a higher salary than what I was getting. So I think straight from HR, I went straight downstairs to share the news with my Zulu mom. And let me tell you, the first thing she said, yes, she did congratulate me and everything, but she told me, listen, how much were you getting paid as a data collector? And I told her. And then she asked, how much are you going to get now? I told her. And then right that minute, she said, you don't know that money. She subtracted the amount that I was getting from the amount that I was going to get. And she told me, you do not know this money and you will remain not knowing this money. So here's what you're going to do. You will be going upstairs to HR and you will ask Shireen, I think Shireen was the lady that was working in HR, to put all this money in savings for you. So the company had a savings account where they were encouraging employees to save some money. So they had I think it was an account at Nedbank where all employees were actually putting money, were contributing some money into that account. So what was happening is your savings contribution will already be deducted from HR. So that money does not even come to you. Let me tell you, I was so disappointed. Like, I was like, hayibo umama, hayibo unjani kanti, hayibo. I was here thinking that I'm gonna be having money, you know, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. And there it goes. Anyway, I went to HR and I did as she told me, rightfully so. And yeah, so that was the end of it. So that was, so by end of, yeah, so I think I started first of Feb to the new position. And then by end of Feb, I could just see on my salary that I was supposed to get this amount, but I was actually getting a lesser amount, which was the same amount that I was getting before. So anyway, Feb, 2 months later, I got another job offer at another company. And obviously now the pay was a little bit, I was super excited. But let me tell you, so I moved to the other company and the first thing that I did when I moved to the other company, I cut those savings. That's the first thing that I did. I cut the savings. Secondly, I didn't tell her the amount, my salary for the new, yeah, I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her the new salary that I was getting because I already knew was going to cut it and put it into savings. And then thirdly, I got the new job in April, mid-April. Let me tell you, end of May, I got myself a new car, brand new car, straight from VW Polo 1.4 Comfort Liner. Because I had the money. I didn't see why I must be saving a whole lot of money. And here I am wanting a car and wanting all the nice things. So I did share with her that I bought a car and all of that. But yeah, so she just came and we prayed for the car and she congratulated me and I took her for a spin and that was it. But we never really got into details of, you know, like new car and all of that. Because I knew even before I bought the car that she had already warned me about buying a brand new car and how much I must sort of stay away from credit and all of those things. But I guess kundweba wethu nokuthanda izinto, I guess. So I guess I ended up thinking that, you know, I wanted to do this and I felt like, bah, I deserved it. I deserved a new car, all my hard work for years. So over the years, I have sort of gone back to those ways that my Zulu mom has taught me. So it was easy for me to go back because it was something, the foundation was already laid. So it was easy for me to see during over the time that, you know what, this is not working out. I need to be much more financially savvy. So it was easy for me to go back to that foundation that was already laid. Yes, then it's difficult for someone who doesn't know about saving and someone who doesn't have that foundation. So I count myself as blessed and lucky that I got that information from like at the beginning of my working life, even though I never really fully used it during the time. But when the time came for me to come to go back, it was easy because I could really go back to the foundations and know what to do and how to save money and what I can do to save money. So as I mentioned, July is a saving month, and the theme is finding ways to save. So I've been married now for I've been married now for 4 years this year. I'll share 2 ways that we have been using in order to save, to make sure that we have money to save. One, we minimized going out, eating out, and when we do go out, we would buy Groupon deals, wiki deals, daddy deals. Very, 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 very savvy. Like, you would get deals there that are like for a massage for 2 people, which is like half the price. So we're not afraid, or we are not ashamed to use those. And secondly, for the past 4 years, we have been using a single car. So we're sharing a car. And with the car, I will be honest, it was not easy. That was very challenging. It was really, really, really challenging. And there were days where we both actually felt like, no, it's not working. It is not working out. We need to make a plan. But to be honest with you, we didn't have money to buy a second car. While we could go credit to have another car, but we did not have money to buy a car. So every time then when those thoughts came, then it was just not sitting well with us that we will have another car that we'll be paying, will be again in debt and all of those things. So almost every time then when we thought, we can't do it, we were encouraged by the fact that we don't have money and we don't want to take another debt, because we just want to have a easy life of having to, there were many moments and memories that we created in that car. Sometimes we'll be coming back from work, we'll be playing music, and those moments that were shared, those were like priceless moments. So I really think that those are some of the things that worked for sharing a car. And so it was not as much of a pain as some days would think it is. But I do really think that it was such a huge sacrifice, and I'm so glad. Like right now, I'm so glad that we did it, because we paid off our car, and if we want, we can now actually go buy a second-hand car, and not on credit, of course. And because we were able to save that much during the time that we were not paying a car. So right now we can even say we're saving more because we're not paying any installment for any car So it's really been an amazing journey. I believe that it's not about the amount that you actually save, but it's about consistency in doing that. So if you can only afford to save 200 rand, do that, but be consistent. Make sure that every single month you are doing it. It's going to become easier then for you when you want to say, okay, now I want to increase my savings into like 500 rand or like 1,000 rand. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And like I said, it's a learned behavior. Anyone can learn it, and you can also um, start, start with 100 rand, 200 rand, start and be consistent, carry on doing it, and never make the mistake of saying that, no, this month I can't save because of ABCD. Make sure that you prioritize it. That's why it's very important for you to schedule, to put a scheduled payment, or you can actually do it in a different account where you actually do a stop order, so that that money from the payday, it actually goes to that account. It's something that can be done, and it's something that should be done, because we really don't know what tomorrow can bring us. So I think that's what I've learned on my own journey, that we don't know what tomorrow can bring. You really need to have that little rainy account day. You really need to have that little bit of money that you can rely to. So it's very important, guys. I hope that this month of July we can at least make it a starting point where we save, whether 100 rand or 200 rand, it will go a long way. Just that, and just that. So on the comment section down below, please comment and share your own story of how you in your household or as an individual you have sacrificed in order for you to be able to save, right? It could be like 200 rand, could be 300 rand. What have you done to make sure that you are prioritizing yourself? Comment in the comment section down below. Give this video a massive thumbs up, and please do subscribe. Thank you. Bye.